One of the mistakes I made for most of the first half of my life was to look at my report card and evaluate my year, my intelligence, and my value on those letters. It wasn't that no one told me otherwise. For years I had a bookmark that said, "Life is a journey, not a destination." But it took some living before I could learn what that really meant. It would be tempting to call the Rangers' 2017 season an abject disaster, and if the record is everything, it would be hard to argue otherwise. Everyone knew the Astros were going to be tough, but Texas was expected to contend for, if not the division, at least the wild card. And they did, but only because the American League was the temperature of our old bathwater. Between the high hopes of surprise Arizona and the final out of Sunday's game, the Rangers suffered a series of betrayals from aspects of the game that they didn't expect to fail. Rougned Odor regressed, Jonathan Lucroy forgot how to frame pitches, and the mighty bullpen exploded into a million little pieces, each one allowing more home runs than the last. Texas had legitimate question marks in March, but these weren't among them. So yes, the 2017 season failed to live up to expectations. Goodbye, Yu Darvish. Goodbye, Jonathan Lucroy. Goodbye, Jeremy Jeffress and Sam Dyson and Tyson Ross and Dario Alvarez and Ernesto Frieri and Dylan G. and I guess Jurix and Profar too. Yeah, 2017 had its fair share of downfalls. But it also provided some unforgettable stories. Joey Gallo, who hit .040 in his short time in the big leagues in 2016, spent the last week of this season chasing a 40 of a different type. Jake Diekman spent most of the season recovering from having his colon removed, then returned to strike out 7 and give up no runs in his first 5 appearances back. Austin Bibbins-Dirks, who had spent 12 years in the minor, independent, and Venezuelan leagues, made his big league debut, then later started a game opposite Max Scherzer and the NL East champion Washington Nationals. And he won. Elvis Andrus became a dad and hit 20 home runs. Brett Nicholas, usually a catcher, made his 2017 debut as a pitcher. And he threw a 45-mile-an-hour eephus pitch to Ichiro. Ichiro singled. Andrew Kashner returned to prominence in his first season pitching for his home state. Alex Claudio became the closer and succeeded. Mike Hauschild, Drew Robinson, Willie Calhoun, A.J. Jimenez, Austin Bibbins-Dirks, Nick Gardewine, and Ricky Rodriguez made their big league debuts. And of course, there was July 30th. Ivan Pudge Rodriguez was inducted into the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York, and a few short minutes later at Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas, Adrian Beltre roped a double down the left field line for his 3,000th hit. The grade is important, sure, but life isn't a report card. The value of life is in the days lived between those dreaded envelopes arriving at your house, the friendships made, the scraped knees, memories, empathy, and the learning of who you are and what you believe. And if you do that right, then you take what you've learned and you go try to earn a better grade next time.